This boring business has quietly made some creators hundreds and thousands of dollars. No shipping, no inventory, just simple digital products. One creator who's used this model incredibly well is MoneyTalkwithLeon. So after hours combing through 2 videos teaching how to make and sell your digital products, specifically PDF guidebooks, after hours watching those videos and applying the strategies myself, I've decided to break down exactly how the world of digital products, specifically PDF guidebooks, how that world works and how you can start making that kind of digital product as well and start making money like Money Talk with Leon. Step 1, the product isn't the PDF. The product is a painful problem. And how exactly do you find a painful problem that a lot of people in the world will pay a small amount to get rid of that problem? Let me show you how. So what you want to do is you want to go to ChatGPT or Claude, right? And I'm going to use my phone for this first part. So what I want to do is I want to ask ChatGPT exactly what problems a large population of people are facing right now. And I'm going to use the voice over feature. Hey ChatGPT, I need to know, I'm trying to create a PDF guidebook, right? I'm trying to create a PDF guidebook based off this. So ChatGPT says, if your goal is to sell a PDF guidebook, don't start with what topic is trending, start with what problem is painful, yada yada yada, and then tier 1, highest potential PDF guidebook ideas, how to make money with AI, people fear being left behind by AI, why it sells, massive search demand, clear financial outcome, easy to package into a guide. 2, escape living paycheck to paycheck, financial stress, land a remote job in 30 days, okay, start a freelance business from scratch, build a personal brand that makes money, emotional pain, how to stop overthinking, how to stop procrastinating, why you're always tired, the loneliness cure, health and appearance. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through this list and select one for this video. So let's see. How to build discipline in 30 days. That sounds interesting. But let me see if there are other ones that people would immediately click, because that's another thing you want to consider. Something that people would want to buy right now, right? So overthinking, I don't think people will spend money on that. Land a remote job, they might not even have money to spend. Do you understand? So how to make money with AI, they might not really have money to spend. Start a freelance business from scratch. From personal experience, freelance is difficult. Maybe that. But if I wanted to create that, I won't use this video. I need to create that seriously. So let me just let me say how to build discipline. I'm going with how to build discipline instead of 13 days that ChatGPT suggested. I'm going to say in 7 days. 7 days. So let's see what ChatGPT says. So you want to look through it to see if it's, because you don't just, that's one of the ways PDF guidebooks fail. You don't just dish out whatever ChatGPT gives you. You have to actually check through. So I'm checking through now to see if this aligns with even my own ideas about this. So what I need now is I need a Sam Altman level prompt to give Claude to create this book. Keep in mind, I'm using the free version of Claude. And the reason why I'm using Claude is because Claude is way better at creating PDF guidebooks, like beautiful, aesthetically pleasing guidebooks than ChatGPT. So I'm using the free version of Claude to create this, right? So what I want you to do is to give me a Sam Altman level prompt for Claude to create this book with the free version, so I don't extend it. I need to finish this in like 1 or 2 prompts. Do you understand? So, and it needs to be aesthetically pleasing, follow all UI UX laws, be between 15 to 20 pages, and be written as if it's somebody that has passed through this thing, understands it, and has found a solution, and written in the language that the target audience knows, that the target audience of this particular niche, of this particular topic, is familiar with. So all of that will ensure that ChatGPT gives us a very comprehensive prompt, and using the Sam Altman level keyword is a cheat code that you can use to get the best prompts out of any AI prompt, right? This is the prompts, yada 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 yada. I'm going to just copy it. So I'm going to paste this into Claude. This is 11:25. Let's see how long this takes. If it can't build this with the free version, it might take an extra day, the limit for the time to reset and for me to come back. So we are just going to move on to the next step if that happens. I'm just going to move to the next step and assume we've already created our PDF guidebook, because this is exactly how I create aesthetically pleasing PDF guidebooks like this. And that's actually step 2, making the PDF guidebook itself. Now for step 3, you need to list your PDF guidebook either on Gumroad or on Shopify. Gumroad is simpler because you just go to, let me show you guys. You just sign in or sign up to Gumroad, right? And you click on products, right? And you see new products here, right? And then you click the name, blah 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 blah. You select digital product or ebook depending on what you are going for, but I typically select ebook. And then you select price, right? And then you go up next, and that's where you see the categories of what you are going to. So you can put the description, which you can get with ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to also create your product image or product cover and product thumbnail. And then for the call to action, summary, additional details, you can also use ChatGPT for most of that. Then once you go to next page, you click on contents, you upload your file, right? Once Claude has finished creating it, let's see where it's at. It's still creating it. So, and then you go to receipts, the button, what you want it to say when people come to your site, the button text. If I say I want this, right, you can see where it shows up. I want this. And then custom message, you can see where it shows up as well. And then when you are done, you just publish and continue. So you just publish and continue, and easy. Gumroad is easy like that. But Shopify is a different thing entirely, because I think to use Shopify right now, to even use it well, you have to be subscribed to them or something. But right now they have a $1 for 3 months package that you can check out. I'm going to put my referral code in the description of the video. I hope they have referral codes. But yeah, right now that's the only way you can use Shopify freely. So this is my Spotify. I say Spotify. This is my Shopify page, and you are also going to get something like this once you've signed up or logged in into your account. And how do you list your product on Shopify? You also click on products, right? Click on products, you click on add products here. So once you click on add products, you basically do the same thing we did on Gumroad. Put your description, price, media, choose a product category, blah blah blah. But the reason why Shopify is more difficult is because on Gumroad you can also do the same thing, right? You can set up a landing page that when people come to your Gumroad main page link, this is what they get. But on Shopify, you are basically doing design work. And everything like that. So that's what makes it complicated. You have to think of setting up the land page, the product, creating a collection, then putting the product inside that collection, then their payment setup page as well. You have to go to the payment section. You have to set up Paystack, Flutterwave if you're an African, or Paystack if you're an if you're an African, or other options. And that it's what basically makes Shopify difficult, is that it has more steps, right? But if you can manage to go through all of those steps, you are going to make your money, especially if you are doing this next step well. And what's the next step? For this next step, would you believe making the guide is actually the easy part? The hardest part is actually getting people to buy or see your PDF guidebook / digital product. Bro, that can be so difficult sometimes. If you are stumbling in the dark, if you don't know exactly how to get people to see your products. And that's this step 4. But before I tell you guys how to do that organic reach, let's take a look at what ChatGPT has already created, right? So we are looking at this is it, right? And this is a book, and it did so in how many minutes? like 2-3 minutes tops, right? And you can see the design is still sort of rubbish, right? But it can get better. It can get so much better, and I'm going to show you how much better by showing you this one that I made with Claude, right? So it's only going to take a couple of iterations, and that's all. Where you take a look at this, right? On phone it's even so much better. But take a look at this. See the typography, see the colors, everything just looks like, look at this design, look at this design, look at this design, look at this design. And there's a prompt that I used to create this design to make this very, very beautiful like this. If you need that prompt, just let me know in the comments. Comment PDF guidebook prompt and I'll send it to you. So you can see this looks absolutely stunning. So this is an example of how beautiful you can make a PDF guidebook. So back to step 4, right? How to do organic reach. So your PDF guidebook or digital product reaches more people. Now there are several ways to do this, right? And it all depends on each platform's content language and audience language. Let me say that again. There are several ways to get organic reach on each platform for your product, but whatever content you are creating must be determined by the audience language first and the content language of that specific platform. So let's say you are posting on TikTok, right? On TikTok, it's instant engagement. People are always scrolling, which means if you are creating certain videos in certain niches, people might not really like watch it because their thumbs are already used to swiping fast. Immediately they see something that's not instantly catchy. So what you want to do is, on TikTok, certain niches might be better for you to post carousels instead. Same as Instagram, it might be better for you to post carousels instead. Even on YouTube, right? Some might think, oh, you need to create a very attractive this and that shot, right? But on YouTube, in certain niches, it can be just a single image with an audio attached to it that will do the trick, or a single video with text jumping, with text always moving, that will do the trick. So you really have to be familiar with the audience language, of the platforms you want to use to reach your audience, right? And the content language as well. The content language means kind of content is this particular audience used to. If an audience in your niche is already used to watching funny talking head videos teaching them something, and that gets millions of views, then if you try to do something else, you might not get the same result. That's why those two things, content language and audience language, is very important. So from understanding that, next thing you do is you create your IG page, your TikTok page, your YouTube page, LinkedIn page, or wherever you found that your audience spends most of their time. That matters. You can't be creating content for people who are really, really into that professional life and be posting it on Snapchat or something. That won't work because they spend their time on LinkedIn, maybe Instagram, stuff like that. You have to think about stuff like that. So once you've opened your account on these platforms, next thing you want to do is post consistently. You really have to post consistently because that would also tell the algorithm you are serious and they will push your content more. But if your posting is inconsistent, the algorithm might not really give you a lot of testing periods, because these platforms, their algorithms are conditioned to give people who are more serious with their brand, their content, whatever, so they give them more view time. So once you do that, post for 30 days, post consistently 3 times a day for 30 days and see how that works. Even if you don't manage to sell one product, you would already be building an audience, and eventually you'll be able to convert that into sales. And that's step 5. Posting consistently according to your audience's content language and audience language. Now step 6, which is an even more guaranteed way to make sales for your digital products if you have a little bit of cash to use for it. And what's that way? Running paid ads. Don't forget, these are the very strategies that Money Talk with Leon himself talked about in his 3-hour long video compressed into this 12-15 minutes video or thereabout. So step 6, how do you get sales for your digital products, specifically PDF guidebooks, fast? That's running paid ads. You need to have a little bit of cash to spare. If you have a little bit of cash to spare, All you have to do from Leon's own mouth himself is connect your Shopify account to a Facebook and Instagram account. You can easily do that on Shopify. Once you go to Shopify, you just select this online store place and then you search for the app name itself, Facebook and Instagram. You install it, you connect your business portfolios. It's a lot of steps. That's also another reason why I said Shopify is more complicated. But once you do that, you can run ads for your product. I tried it myself and this is the result of the ad. I barely used $5, which in Nigerian currency is exactly 4,500 naira, and I was able to see certain results faster than organic reach. If you go through all of these steps from step 1 to step 6, you would already have a good product you can sell, account pages set up for the product on your chosen platforms, IG, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. You would have already listed your product on its website, whether that's Gumroad on Shopify, and you would have already connected your Facebook and Instagram to your Shopify account to run paid ads and all the other types of ads. So the next step now, which is also the final step, is HODL. Hold on for dear life, but keep improving. Now, if you've run ads and you didn't have sales, then you have to begin to ask yourself, what happened in this ad? What do I need to do better to get people to buy this product the next time I run ads? Or maybe people are not just feeling your product. Maybe you thought this particular product will work, but it isn't. It's not a painful problem that people are actively searching for are actively looking for solutions. So maybe you just need to create another type of product. But ultimately, step 7 is where you keep testing and reiterating, because once you already have your aesthetically pleasing product that you are sure solves the painful problem, and you are also sure that people are looking for solutions for this problem, all that's left is just getting people to see it. And like I said, that is often the hardest part. But once you get it right, bro, if you are selling a product for $3 and 1,000 people buy it, that's $3,000. Now multiply that across maybe three different digital products, 3 different PDF guides. That's, and the best part about this is, once you get it right, once you know your strategies that work for getting a product sold, you can easily replicate that success across different guidebooks, and you just be printing money like that. So this is a boring business that's helping creators make hundreds and thousands of dollars right now in 2026. I was very surprised when I found it as well, and of course I had to jump on it. So consider doing the same thing as well if you are looking for a way to make money in 2026 with little to nothing spent. Creating the document alone, you don't even have to be using Claude Pro. You can easily just use the free version, even though you might have to wait for 1 or 2 days, but it works, right? So this is the end of the video. If you've watched up to this point, I just want to say thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you subscribe to keep seeing more content like this. I'm going to be building a lot of sheets with AI and showing you guys how to do it, not just digital products. And again, of course, in case you didn't know, your likes and you subscribing helps me create better content, because then I would be able to get better video editors, so the content is even more pleasing for you to watch. So please consider liking and subscribing to this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.